What looks like obstruction was actually divine guidance. And many times, that's exactly what's happening in our lives today. And you know what? We usually understand closed doors later. Have you ever looked back years later and thanked God for something He didn't allow? He didn't allow a relationship. He didn't allow a business opportunity. He didn't allow that decision. He didn't allow that move. He didn't allow that job. At the time, you were disappointed. You were sad. You were hurt. Now you're grateful. Why do you think that is? Because hindsight often reveals what faith had to trust. And one day, many believers discover that some of their greatest prayers were the ones God lovingly refused. One day, you'll discover that some of your greatest prayers were the ones God lovingly refused. Not because He was being cruel, not because He didn't love you, because He was being protective. Closed doors, they test our trust. This is where uncertainty becomes difficult, because when God says no, we naturally ask, why? Why, God? Why are you saying no? Why didn't you let this happen? Why? And often, He doesn't immediately explain. Ooh, how about that one? That's where trust becomes necessary. It's not like our children, they want an explanation right now. Why can't I have it? Why can't I go? Well, faith isn't only trusting God's yes. Faith also trusts God's no. And sometimes God's no is just as loving as His yes. So let me say this to you clearly today. A closed door does not mean God is against you. Doesn't mean that whatsoever. A delayed opportunity doesn't mean God abandoned you. And an unanswered request does not mean God stopped caring. Sometimes God closes doors because He sees what you cannot see. And because He loves you so much, He loves you too much to allow something that would ultimately harm you.